Welcome back everyone, I'm Hunter from over yonder. Today I'm going to be making the spacer I talked about in the previous video. The Henry 1860 has issues. I first heard about this trick at a Cowboy Action match and later at a state championship.
You know, you can make a stick.
Yeah.
And turn it for three cartridges. Perfectly legal.
I looked up some pictures online and figured I should give it a try. So for those who don't know, there's a follower tab that travels down the tubular magazine every time the rifle is cycled. This is fine until that tab reaches my left support hand. If the stack of bullets in the magazine don't get pushed by the tab, they won't feed. This forces the shooter, or myself, to do the Henry hop to let the tab continue. Making a wooden spacer will solve this issue by giving my hand just enough clearance to not have to do the Henry hop. So the first thing I need to do before cutting the wooden dowel is to get a measurement on how long the spacer needs to be. In Cowboy Action, you only ever have 10 bullets loaded into your rifle. So very carefully I'm loading up 10 rounds and seeing how much space left I have in the magazine for the dowel. Now that I've got the measurement, I'm going to make a mark and cut it. This was an old handsaw that belonged to my grandpa, and I have no idea how old it is, but I believe he said early 20th century. So now to test fit the dowel. It fits in the magazine and I'm able to close it, which is good. It's a bit tricky to try to get out, so I'm just using this nail. Now to drill a hole to make a stud. This stud will allow me to back it out of the magazine. I decided to use a nail that I would push through the whole way, cut the other end, and then just file the end down. Now that I've got that end smoothed out, I'm going to do a cycle test to run with the spacer. So I need to dump all the bullets and use snap caps for safety reasons. Now to insert the spacer. Here's what it looks like in the magazine. As you can see, the stud is by the tab. This, as I will soon learn, is going to be a problem because it's going to cause the rifle to not cycle properly. Let's watch. Now, why is it jamming up? Well, if you look closely, that wooden dowel has actually made its way into the carrier as if it were the next bullet. So half of it's in the carrier and the other half is in the magazine still, preventing the carrier from doing anything. I can still chamber the last round, but the carrier won't rise to help eject it. Now, after a little research, I saw that the stud needs to be 3/4 of an inch down the spacer for it to work properly. And we'll see in just a second as to why. So we have 2 snap caps in, and now the updated spacer. So they both ejected just fine, the last one being the most important one, and I can continue to work the lever. So the reason this is working now is because the stud is preventing the spacer from totally entering the carrier. On the carrier there's a sloped ramp, and as the carrier rises, the spacer rides it and is pushed back slightly. And from looking at it, the end of the spacer is not rounded at all, it's just a flat face. So I sanded down that edge to make it more round. This should make the spacer ride that ramp a lot smoother, as you can see here. So now the final test. I'm loading up 3 snap caps with the spacer. And as you can see, the tab stops right before my support hand. Now the only thing left to do is to take this to the range to do a live ammo test run, but that will have to be for a future video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.